Hey everyone, Boozor here. Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we'll be doing some tag team arena offense, and I just wanted to show you how I go about picking fights, organizing my teams, and generally what I do against other teams. So I'm on Boozilla account, which is my main account. We're in Gold 4, so the highest tier. Right now we're sitting pretty good. Defense log's really strong. No one has hit me. Basically like I won 2 fights in a day, so doing pretty good. So you guys can have a quick look at my defense. I mean it's pretty strong. I spent a lot of time uh, building the right champs properly. And then having them organized in teams that kind of make sense. Are they the best? Probably not, but sometimes I like to switch it up. Every week I kind of switch it up. I do have a main defense. This is my main defense. Harima, Nekret, Duchess. And I guess not really my main defense, but this fourth slot is usually a cleanser. I'm trying Mithrala right now. My second team is usually Stultus plus obviously 3 supports, and then my last team is usually Candrafon with 3 supports. I try to choose supports that kind of complement each other. Usually a reviver, a cleanser, and some kind of protection. So that's kind of like the general theme of how I choose defenses. But anyways, I do have a video on tag team defense. I'm not going to go into it right now, but we're going to do some offense battles. So I'm in Go 4. It's definitely hard. Not hard, it's more time consuming. So we'll see what we can do, and I'll try to explain my rationale as we go. So I think I picked this page kind of cleanish. So I don't really want to go back in here. Generally, I look for a speed team setup first because I know I can have a very strong win rate against a speed team. I'm going to refresh my page. I have a very strong win rate against a speed team, so I'll look for that first. Like this one, I can probably beat pretty consistently. This champion, Georgia, is really tough because he can cut through stone skin. So it's really tough. These empowered teams are very strong as well. Like this team looks really, really strong. Generally, like I mean, all these teams look pretty strong. Maybe this one, and this team looks kind of tough too. And then the lockout. I mean, none of these teams look fun, but we're gonna try to jump into it. Let's pick up this team here. So we're going up against the +2 Trunda. The team that doesn't care about the lockout is this team. It takes a long time to kill stuff, but it will kill stuff. And the resistance is high enough that it might lock out, it might resist both of these. So I think I like the chances there. So my speed team against this team, it should be enough. Like I can put Ramen 2 here to shut down the passives and then it's over. For this one, Leoris is really tough. So what I could do, Leoris is really tough because he shuts down the he can one-shot back, which is really, really bad. So usually I could do this, or I can do this. This might be better, maybe. And then this team against this team. Kimmy. This Magnar is weak against Rhodos. He gets hit first. Might be okay. I don't have a reviver though. Okay, let's do it this way. Let's see what happens. Manual. I like manualing the fights. Got sheep, feels bad, man. Yeah. Sheep feels really nasty. There's no way I can win this now, I don't think. Yeah. That was probably just a bad call on the team there. Lockout, that's good. Instantly, instantly sheeped, so pretty rough. She's locked out, so okay. So at least we got this one, I think. Yep. All right. So this kind of slow, really slow team. So the middle two will always get debuffed, but then you have to cleanser into block debuffs. So they're gonna try again. You notice that the Trunda didn't really do any damage. You notice that the Trunda doesn't really do any damage. Harima's passive is really strong, and yeah, it just shuts down the savage sets. Nice, one shot. Probably want to kill the warlord here, just to make the fight a little bit faster. So the big thing about tag team arena is like you have to make do with with whatever champions you have. So you know, if you only have one nuker and you need 3 teams, then obviously you need more nukers. If you don't have a cleanser in your team, you basically can't really run into like you can't really go into like Torment, or you can't really go into like Hegemon type teams unless you have to go for a different strategy. Cleansers are really important, and they're pretty rare, relatively speaking. There are some decent epic cleansers like Sky Touch Shaman, Scathix. Scathix is actually pretty good cleansing support champion. Um, there's some other ones that are usable in terms of accessible ones, but like late game ones, you're looking at like Mithrala, Cardio, Pytheon, the new fusion that we just had. Like that should be huge for so many people. Riho, Bone Spear, I think Raka Valfiend. She's a cleanser. So, I kind of had some second thoughts about this team right away, and of course we lose right away, so okay, no big deal. Let's move on. So you gotta pick your fights. Pick your fights. You obviously want to fight against teams that are at least 10. So 10 means one loss is a 10, one wins a 10. So that's like even. You want to fight teams that are at least even, or you fight teams that are higher points because that means your losses are less points, which is it's still worth it if you can win 1 out of 2. For example, like I don't know if I can beat these teams though. These like these are like very serious teams. I can't outspeed this team. I don't know. I'll probably get super nuked here. Maybe I could win one. Uh, this team I probably couldn't beat. But it's a 9. It's a 9 point, so I have to make sure I'm pretty successful here. This one I'll take my speed team. I think I can beat them. This one I'll take the Magnar. And then this team, Warlord Lockout into Mortu. Maybe I should go like this. Candrafon versus Mithrala. I think that's decent. I don't have another Spirit Affinity Nuker. Kind of see my roster here. I don't really have another Spirit Affinity Nuker that's worth using. Uko's in here too. So I got Uko, Candy, Rhodos, Stultus for options. But I think I like this. Let's see where it goes. I think this is decent. So like I was saying, you kind of need to know like your roster pretty well, so you know its strengths and weaknesses and what you have and what you need to do. So when you look at other people's teams, all defenses can be beaten. It's just how you go about it. Um, and yeah, you try to like mix and match buffs and debuffs, and then obviously have at least one nuker. And if your nuker is not very strong, obviously bring like defense down, or attack up, or defense up, or whatever. All right, looks like our team can take a hit, so that's pretty good. Arma's really strong. Like now, both of these guys are provoked. Gonna take a while to chip away, but I mean, he shouldn't be able to kill us like ever. And if we get some good hits with the Mithrala with like Hex or something, then he doesn't have a cleanser. He won't be able to recover. Get back to the Hex. Nice. So now these two have a chance to get hexed. She hits like a truck. Especially that A2 that you just saw there. She hits so hard. Right into her A3, which also hits super hard. So I know it's not like I don't think building her for DPS is popular, but for now it works pretty well for me. I was thinking of changing her build from DPS to basically full support. So she would be just really tanky, stone skin, really slow, just annoying, use the passive type of style. Oof, close. That should do it. Nice. Alrighty. Necrit is like such a key champion. Really insane. Like offense and defense. It's just, I don't know, just a key champion everywhere. Alright. Alright, we hit them all. 1 to 50-50. 1 to 50-50 at least, so should be able to clear them out. No? I think the second hit went into Ultimate Death Knight. Oof. Oof. There he goes. Alright, we got it. Pretty good. 3 minutes and 22 seconds. I mean, 3 wins. 3 minutes and 22 seconds is a very acceptable time. Like, I was saying, like, if I can win these games, 1 minute manual fights, like, I'm super happy. Yeah, it kind of worked out. My team outsped his team. It was a pretty easy win. This one, it's similar teams, right? You got Duchess Necrit versus Duchess Necrit, but obviously Harma hard counters Duchess and Candrafon. And then if they're not able to kill anybody on my team, Lydia becomes very useless because I guess they're relying on Candrafon killing someone and then Lydia blocking the revive. So of course, Marthral will be way stronger here. So generally, my team should beat this team quite easily. And then this team, it's like it depends whether we can strip Stone Skin from Mortu, which is basically expected, and obviously Stone Skin from Death Knight as well, expected. So, but we have three shots at removing the Stone Skin. So that's kind of the way I think about it. Yeah, that's a good win. Move along. Um, Yeah, some of these teams are just, I mean, Baron hits so hard. Most of my teams just fall apart to like any Baron, like empowered Baron, of course. I also have some problems against like Cupidus Venus. I haven't figured out something that works. I have a Stone Skin team, but Venus has the strip, so it's like doesn't really work all the time. I guess maybe like a team with Rhodos. I haven't been using Rhodos too much, although I should. He's obviously insane, but I haven't used them too much. Maybe this team. This team. Like I see a big Baron here and a Warlord. Like look at this. This team's just kind of nasty, right? Uh, team. Accuracy, accuracy, and then strip, lockout, and then slam. Can I resist this? I probably can't resist all this. So I need a fast team. Probably take the Kimmy team. But then the Kimmy team would lose to it would lose to Leoris all day. Could be like that. Probably need to do something else. Lockout, lockout, lockout. Try something else. Take a big shield set. I mean, maybe that's enough. It might not be. And then against this team, this team should beat it easily. And against this team, should be okay as well. Yeah, okay. So usually I'm a bit more I mix and match a bit more on my offense. So I don't have a lot of preset teams. Nice. That's a really good slam. I There we go, baby. What? His Mountain King couldn't one-shot my Kaimar? Come on. I guess shield set. Okay, lockout. She's yikes. Okay, so Leoris will die if she. Okay, doesn't matter. Luckily we stripped the unkillable, but Leoris would die if he slams into the shields, just because of Brogni's passive. Oh, I guess here comes the strip. Nope. All right, we did it. It's a pretty easy win too. And then this is like my tanky high resistance team. So like a team like this would have a really hard time trying to kill this team. Like basically impossible. It just will take me a little bit of time to win the fight. But even it might not even take that long to be honest. Oh, damn, I didn't one-shot him. I thought I would one-shot him for sure. So Candrafon always weak hit Harama. A lot of debuffs. Yeah, I mean like they can't do anything here. We can just chill out, just do full auto. Probably kill Candrafon first, just because he can do the sleep and do some annoying stuff. Okay, just one big AoE away. There we go. Yeah, so I mean, going back to what I was saying, like basically you want to be like once you start going for like tag team offense, seriously, especially if you're going for like gold 1 achievement for Ramantu mission, you want to have a decent sized roster for sure. So, at the very least, you need 12 60s, and you need them to be in like kind of cohesive teams. So I think in the beginning, you're probably looking at like one speed team for sure. Basically your main arena nuking team. You'll have maybe a second speed team. So here I have a second speed team, but I know it's not very fast, so I take it against slower teams. And with the accuracy up from Kimmy, it allows me to run it against like resistance teams. Um, and then I have my main speed team, which basically just I'm pretty confident that I can win most fights, but I sometimes will break it apart as well. Just because like speed is not that important in arena sometimes, especially in the higher tiers. And then I have usually you run like one or two, either one like defensive tank team where it's high defense and high HP, and then you try to survive and then you try to win afterwards, like a go second. Um, but it's obviously like very roster dependent, so you have to take a look at your roster, find out which champions are like big defensive protection champions. You have to find out your nukers, so decide which nukers you want. Maybe one of each affinity. Defensive nukers, obviously, you want like force, but for offense, Void is obviously the best, but you want to make sure you have a decent selection so that you can go up against many different kinds of defenses. Um, and then you want to kind of build them in a way that kind of complement each other. So, for example, like I subbed in Brogni here. I knew he had a big shield set, so I just plugged him in just in case Leoris got like a big hit off. Um, Most of my champions are built in either really fast, high accuracy, or stone skin, very slow, high resistance. Um, and I know which champions are speed tuned with what. So I know, like, for example, Cirrus here is faster than Magnar just by a little bit. But I also know Ramantu is slightly faster than Magnar as well. So I can replace Cirrus and Ramantu depending on the fight. So it's kind of like it's not just building like one team and then going auto, because that's a sure way to never really learn. So for you to learn how to actually keep doing well in tag team, you kind of have to grind it out, like just play a couple games, maybe play one or two matches, and then do auto. Or if your roster is so stacked, you can just set 3 good teams and go auto, and then that's it. Like you'll save like a minute maybe per fight, but I mean you just won't be able to progress like in terms of like your thought processes, like in terms of strategy, uh, just because you're just relying on the strength of your champions, right? Okay, so let's see. So here, uh, hey, it's Final Ken. Hey, this guy's free to play. Maybe we give him a run here. This guy is a free to play platinum player, actually. He's a streamer as well. So let's end the video giving him a good fight, shall we? Okay, let's see. Speed team, tanky team, probably high resistance. Actually, of course, high resistance. Look at this power. Wow, that's power. Okay, let's try that. I mean, let's use the same team against him. Magnar's good against these two. I expect Stone Skin for sure, especially super high resistance. So Kimmy's good here. Don't like Candrafon, but I guess it's still okay, hopefully. This team, I could outspeed him with this, I think. So we go boost, 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 DC, nuke. And I know the problem with this account is also my Arbiter is quite fast, and then the only champion that's actually properly speed tuned is Warlord. So my Kaimar is too slow for Arbiter, and the only other champion might be Sifi, and Sifi might be too slow here. She's, I think, 322. So I really don't want to get cut here. I think I might get cut. 322 might not be fast enough. $25, is that going to be fast enough? Shit. 322 might not be fast enough. She gets a go, Kimmy goes, buff, and then into sleep, and then I'll get wrecked, most likely. But I want to run Warlord here, just to lock out his dudes. Take a chance. I think it might be bad. And then this one, Thrala versus Rhodos. Cleanser. He's a little bit annoying. Heals and stuff. Take out Mithrala. Who am I adding though? Ugo? A strip would be good, I think. I can go Ugo here. Ugo's in a stun set. Or Uko. I actually like this team. I think this team's pretty strong. I mean, I could put Ultimate Death Knight in here too. I like a Reviver. I have a Reviver now. Okay, let's put Ultimate Death Knight. Okay. Okay, this should be fun. I got them all, so that's good. My accuracy is quite high. Okay, so far so good. Try to remove shields. Yep, we got it. Okay, well, I think we got this. Wow, so tanky. So tanky. They're pretty tanky. 2 revivers left too. Wow. Wow, and they're resisting now. Very, very strong team. Very strong team. Oof, very strong team. I mean, just with the effect of health on these champions, it's just massive. I need to cycle back before they can revive Candrafon. With Candrafon down, um, obviously that's really helpful because he's the only real threat in this team. But it looks like we got it here. Wow. Kimmy's accuracy is not high enough. She's not really built with pure accuracy. She only has she's mostly speed. I think her accuracy is about like 500. So even with accuracy up, she cannot debuff them. So that's a really, really high accuracy team. Nice. Wow, full strip. unload. Let's see what happens. Okay. Actually debuff one guy. Actually provoked her. That's pretty funny. I gotta kill this reviver first. Protect. Back down. That's good. Maybe I can kill Rodos. Nope. Oh man, Uko is so nasty, man. Uko is so nasty. The stuns, so nasty. Stun again. Stun again. Nasty, man. This is gonna be a bit of a slow grind, but defense attack down's really good. Uh-oh. Is this where it falls apart? No, this... A little bit of a longer fight, but I think we got this. It's a lot of healing. Oof, almost. One more AoE. Big heal. Elva's just nasty heal. That is a ton of heals. Okay. Okay. Attack down is really, really good, especially on the nuker there. The Rotos won't be able to do too much to us. Alright, come on, let's go. He was like a sliver of health away from dying, and then he heals back half. So insane, right? Oh, it's not enough. Here we go again. Just not enough. Obviously a very good team from Ken here, so but we should have this. It's just a matter of time before we get the right kills. Or I guess his Rotos eventually kills all our guys. HP bug? Alright, Elva's finally dead. Okay. Alright, he's finally dead. We got this. Alright. Alright, so that's it. There we go. GG. Took a while, that second team. Probably wrong selection of champions, but we have a very safe team against his team. his Rotos would never be able to kill through these three plus a reviver, and Uko with the stun set was just so huge. I mean, as a free to play option, Uko really is good in a stun set. The other build would be like a stone skin build, so you build him as a reviver. So with this build, you build him fast in a stun set with counterattack accessories, so then he constantly spams the AoE and CC against the other team. And yeah, first team, this team, it relies on the lockout, accuracy up, a lockout, sleep, and then reset for the AoEs over and over and over again. That's kind of how you kill this team. I mean, this team was so tanky. And we had like a straight offense team, just so tanky. Like this team's defense against defense, so it's kind of like, okay, you kind of expect a slow fight. But this is like just hammering against the wall. So this is a scary team. I can't wait to pull my Pytheon. I haven't pulled him yet, but I can't wait to pull him and build him up. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end on that one. I hope you guys had some insight into things I was doing to pick champions against certain team compositions. I can show you guys some of the champions I was using. Mithrala, 4-piece stone skin, about 900 something resistance. I mean, nothing crazy. I have her really fast, like decently fast for Hydra, Eagle Eye, so more accuracy. Ramen this 4-piece stone skin, slow, decent accuracy. Necrit is in a bolster set. I know it's amazing that I have a bolster set. Like I literally crafted like 10 pieces because that's all you get as like a free-to-play player in like the Forge. Sorry, from the Forge pass. You literally get like 10 shots or 15 shots at epic 6-star epic gear or something, epic plus gear, and I got like a usable bolster set, like HP percentage, HP percentage, defense, like just good tanky stats, and this boot is just like awesome. Like I don't know how I rolled this boot, but all the stats are like EHP. You know what? I did use like charms and stuff, obviously. So I used all my good charms to roll these items. But this set is actually very good for like a basically one and done set. Like that's all I had. Like and then HP. So it's a decent neck crit. I mean, baseline neck crit. Can't really ask for much more. Very happy with him. CP's in a protection set. He's pretty slow. I didn't glyph up most of his gear, so 322. It's decent tankiness, but protection set. I wanted it to be like 340 at least, but I didn't use up any big glyphs. I used up a lot of resources building some of these champions recently, so Arbiter, she's decent, 381. I haven't bothered rolling up like a boot to find a boot for her. Like I don't really care that much. Ethos, Savage, Cruel. I mean, for a baseline Ethos, I think he's pretty good, but he's not going to be very good against most plat level defenses by himself, so he definitely needs defense down, attack up. Harima, she's in like nuking gear, so she's my nuker. Yeah, she's slow. She should be faster. I haven't glyphed her up. I mean, decent baseline stats, but not going to be good enough against again serious plat accounts. Saltus I didn't really use, but he's in my defense. He's also pretty good for defensive stats. Nuker. Candraphone I wasn't using. Uko's in a stun set. He's going fast. 270. Waiting for CBC to cliff him up a little bit. Decent accuracy. At least to stun the at least to strip like the nuker, and then maybe get a lucky strip off of like other champions. He's fast. I want him a bit faster. Some tanky stats. 3 counterattack accessories, so that's really good. Here's my Kymar. He's just accuracy, decently fast, high accuracy. Here's my Duchess. Just 4-piece stone skin. decent resistance, pretty tanky. I want to put her in 6-piece, but it's gonna drop some of the stats a little bit, so we'll see what happens. I'm happy with this build right now. Double reaction too. Warlord. Warlord basically has my best gear. He's fast, good HP, good accuracy. So with accuracy up, he can basically lock out anybody except for like top like 100, 200 plat players probably. Even Mithrala probably gets locked out. So Ultimate Death Knight. He's 6-piece Stone Scan. I did use him in that one fight. Slow. Nothing really too crazy. I don't even roll up his gear. I don't use him that often. Kimmy. She's okay speed, okay accuracy. Uh, she's yeah, she's good. I like her. I use her basically with Kymar mostly or Warlord. I think that's about it. Brogni's just in a big shield set. Nothing spectacular. Cirrus, just accuracy build. Be tuned with my nukers. Oh, Magnar. Magnar's not that great actually because he's like my like 5th or 6th tier nuker. Basically, he comes in when I don't have attack up, and he's only really good with Kymar because of the AOE. I mean, everybody's good with Kymar, but he's especially good. But he's not super strong here. Like his stats are okay. I haven't really cliffed up his speed either, so but he's speed tuned with the other team. I think that's it. Yeah. Oh, Molly. Yeah, I was using Molly too. So shield set, decently fast. It was like it's kind of speed tune-ish, but not really. It's not anymore. And then decent accuracy. Alright, so I hope you guys got a good chunk of info from this. I mean, if you guys have any questions, by all means, I tried my best to go over them, but you know, maybe just watching somebody think through manual some fights, talk about the game, maybe triggers some of you guys to think about your rosters a little bit differently, think about how you make your teams a little bit differently and stuff like that. So hope it helped. Yeah, you guys have a good night, and I'll see you guys in the next video.